Here's the thing almost no one tells you. Retirement planning isn't just about how much you've saved. I see it all the time. People with $1 million or more who still can't sleep at night because they don't know how to make that money last 30 years. Through market drops, rising costs, and CRA taking a bigger slice than they expected. So let's answer that question properly today. If you're 45 with $750,000, where does that really put you? What does the next 20 years need to look like if you want to retire on time or even early? And most importantly, how do you turn that number on a statement into a plan that lets you live the retirement you worked for without stress? Hey there, I'm David Drummond, founding partner here at DLD Financial Group. On this channel, I help Canadians, especially business owners and professionals, turn years of hard work and savings into something far more valuable. A retirement plan that's predictable, tax efficient, and built to last. If that's something you want for yourself, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments if you had a choice when you would want to retire, 55, 60, or 65. And if you'd like to know exactly where you stand right now, there's a link in the description where you can book a free strategy call with me and my team. Because savings is step one. But building a plan that works in the real world, that's what actually gives you peace of mind. Number one, the $750,000 at age 45 puts you ahead, behind, or on track. When I see someone at 45 with $750,000 saved, my first thought is, that's a fantastic foundation. Let's be clear, you're certainly ahead of the pack. Most Canadians, even those in their 50s and 60s, are nowhere near that. But averages aren't what pay your bills in retirement. This is where we need to get specific. The three most important questions to ask are, how much income do you want or need in retirement? When do you want to stop working? And how is that money invested and sheltered for taxes? Let's use a simple benchmark. If you want to retire around 65 and your household spending is $80,000 per annum, you typically have to aim for 8 to 12 times that by the time you stop working. So that's between $640,000 and $960,000. And if you already hit the $750,000 mark at 45 with 20 years left to grow and save, even without aggressive investing, you're well on your way to crossing the $1 million mark, maybe 2 million. But here's the part a lot of people miss. Reaching a big number doesn't automatically mean you're ready. And that brings us to the next part. Number two, why that number doesn't tell the whole story. The next 20 years, the years between now and retirement, are where the real magic happens. Let's take a very simple projection. If your $750,000 grows at 5% after fees and you keep saving $20,000 per annum, by 65, you could have a little over 2 million. Well, that looks like a slam dunk on paper, right? But here's why that projection can be misleading. If almost all of that money ends up in your RSP, you have a future tax problem. Every dollar you pull out of your RSP will be fully taxable. That's not a bad thing. RSPs are great, but it means your withdrawals could push you into higher tax brackets and even claw back your old age security. On the flip side, if you plan ahead and build up your TFSA or use a non-registered account strategically, you create options. That flexibility lets you control when and where you draw income from. It's the difference between letting CRA dictate your tax bill versus having control over how much tax you pay. This is why a single number, whether it's 750 or 2 million or more, doesn't tell the whole story. The structure of those savings matters just as much as the size. Number three, the real danger, retiring without a withdrawal plan. This is the single biggest mistake I see people make. They spend their entire careers focused on building the pile, but they don't spend any time thinking about how to take the money out of that pile. And here's what can happen. On day one of retirement, they're staring at their investment statement, thinking, okay, now what? With no plan, they start pulling money out at random. And that randomness causes three very predictable problems. Number one, overspending. In those first 5 to 10 years, the honeymoon phases of retirement, it's easy to overspend because there's no structure. Number two, taxes. Because withdrawals are planned, they end up pulling from the wrong accounts at the wrong time, triggering a much higher tax bill than necessary. Number three, fear-based underspending. Sometimes the opposite happens. They underspend because they're afraid of running out of money, and they end up not enjoying the retirement they worked so hard for. I'll give you a simple example. Two people retire with 2 million. Person A just takes money out as needed. Person B works with an advisor who builds a proper withdrawal strategy, deciding exactly how much to take from RSPs, TFSAs, and non-registered accounts, when to draw CPP and OAS, and how to keep income within certain tax brackets. By the end of their retirement, person B can easily pay hundreds of thousands less in taxes without saving another dollar. It's not luck, it's just planning. Number 4. So, are you on track? And what should you do next? Here's the good news. If you're 45 with $750,000 saved, you're in a strong position. But here's the caution. Strong today doesn't automatically mean safe tomorrow. The next 20 years are critical. This is where you should map out exactly how much income you'll need to fund your lifestyle, decide when you want to stop working, and test if your plan supports that. Look at how you're allocating new savings between RSPs, TFSAs, and non-registered accounts, and eventually build a clear retirement income plan that shows you which account you'll draw from first, when to start CPP and OAS, and how to smooth out your taxes over your entire retirement. Think of it as creating a paycheck from your portfolio. That's what turns this from just a number on paper into an actual plan for freedom. So does $750,000 at age 45 mean you're on track? Yes, absolutely. You've built a strong foundation, but don't stop there. Now is the time to make sure those savings are structured, protected, and aligned with the life you want. If you want to see what that looks like for your plan, click the link in the description to book a free retirement strategy call with me and my team. We'll show you where you stand, what your retirement income could look like, and exactly what steps to take between now and the day you stop working. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. All the best.